Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are on this fine planet. This is Paul Raw coming back at you. Today, this is the cleanup service series. Um, okay, now this is something I do reluctantly because this is a comrade. This is an ally. This is my compadre, if you will, through these internet streets. But and she's a woman, so I don't really want to do this, but I have to tap her hand, I have to, okay? And I do this reluctantly. I do all of this reluctantly. Honestly, let me tell you something, man. I got a homeboy who's in the TV business, like, and I don't mean he's on some like starving artist crap. No, this dude, he's with somewhat official. I'll leave it there. And he posted something on Facebook the other day, which is so real. He said, he's glad he didn't record a podcast like all of his friends recommended him to do, when the podcast thing was something to do. And he said, I'm glad I didn't do it because I wouldn't be able to work in TV today. When I say he works in TV, I mean MTV. I mean VH1. He does his thing. Okay. So the homie said that shit, and that's real. So all of us, when we get online, we put opportunities at risk. Okay. And I like to put that out there in the forefront so I can have it on record. I've only entered this space because I got tired. That's the only reason. I got better shit to do. Seriously. But I just got tired of I here we go. I've always operated on the assumption that people will, resolve issues on their own and things will resolve on its own. But with you motherfuckers online, nah, y'all don't resolve shit. Y'all just shit. Y'all crank it up a notch. Like when Kevin Samuels died, you thought things would chill out. No, it just another motherfucker popped up, and now these females are just cranking it up a notch. I thought with David oh, here we go. I thought when David Carroll died, because David Carroll died before Kevin Samuels, I think. And I thought after he died, you niggas would chill out. But no, it just you guys ratcheted it up. And that's in relation to the manosphere. But you get the point, man. So I do all of this reluctantly. And today I do this very reluctantly. But the home girl needs to chill out. And that's my girl, Mouthy Megan. You need to chill out with talking about New York. Okay. Like the gender warring, do what you do, man. I can't stop that. Okay. That's something that I understand its roots. And I think that really stems from your upbringing in the South. And the other woman who were on your live, the live that you took down, so I can't use it. I can't use it, you sneaky agent. Damn it. I'm not gonna call you agent, but that's agency. But bottom line is, um, you had two other women on there who are from the Northeast. They sound like they're not too far removed from the South. Okay, even if they're up here, they don't they sound not too far removed. So the gender warring and all the colorism you spoke of, I'm not going to speak on that because that's really a regional issue, even with the girl in Philly and in New York. Okay, because for people like me, who's like fourth generation in the Northeast, fifth really, and people in places like Chicago or Oakland, that colorism shit isn't an issue. Not really, seriously. And the other thing is the gender warring. Hey, you guys, women will always complain about men, so there's nothing we could do, you know, no matter what. Just I don't care about that. But today, I am gonna tap your hand on the New York shit, because I had to backtrack, because your shit was so long, I wasn't sticking around for that whole shit. It was like a Friday night. You got to be out of your damn mind. So I backtracked before you took down the video, and I heard you talk about New York and a girl named Mimi, who moved to Maryland, and how she was surprised that you know Maryland has such a peaceful environment and all this other stuff. And You spoke on New York again. You can't help yourself. What? Okay, calm down. Because I don't want to make assumptions, but I always knew about the rift between the DMV and New York. I got people who have been into the streets since I was a damn kid. Shit, I went on an out of town trip, not under the guise of selling drugs, but just going along for the ride. I would catch a trip like nobody's business back in the day, you know? So I know about that rift. And honestly, when I was a kid, I always, took our side, the New York side, always. But as I got older and then I started to see what some of my people were doing in these places, yeah, I knew it wasn't all the DMV's fault. Okay, I know that shit. And honestly, now that we're at a stage in our social development that we are in today, I would say maybe those attacks by people in the DMV against the New York dudes was because, the DMV guys were ADOS and they recognize a lot of these dudes are not ADOS and they're coming down, taking over. And even if they are ADOS, they're coming down, they're siding with non-ADOS. That could be a part of the conflict when I look back in hindsight, So are you coming at New York because you still hold on to that fucking beef from fucking like 30, 40 years ago? That was a long ass time ago. I was a fucking kid. Literally a fucking kid when that beef existed, Or is it because all of the coconuts took over Morgan State and shit? What the fuck does that have to do with us? I don't get it, So when you talk about ADOS in New York, I want to say, please stop it. Please. Okay, please. Just stop it. Okay. Because it's counterproductive. We've had this conversation. You already know who this is, man. I'm not even gonna say who I am. Everybody who hears this voice knows who I am. Okay. So can you chill out on that shit? If you don't have a solution, then shut up. I was taught by my Southern elders, if you can't say something nice, don't say nothing at all. Okay, because when you do what you do, when you say that shit about New York and ADOS, you put a target on our back, essentially. You get numbers. You can see my numbers on my channel if you watch this and see I'm nobody. You get numbers. So people are listening to you. ADOS and non-ADOS are listening to you. And for all you know, they may take their anger for you out on ADOS New Yorkers for all you know. Who knows? But chill out on that shit. Stop bringing us up. And then another way you put us in a tight bind is what if we want to leave New York, which most of us plan to do damn near, it looks like. Then when we go out of town, people may be suspicious of us, thinking that we're non-ADOS or we're not, loyal to our lineage. Because everything you said from what I heard in the live, which I wish I could play back, that thing that you think is like prevalent up here, more specifically Pan-Africanism, that's like a surface level thing. But if you get down to the root of the everyday ADOS New Yorker, they know that this shit is bullshit. They just don't want to argue and bicker with people all the fucking time. Because I know you don't come from an environment where arguing and bickering could lead to real violence. So what does that mean? That means if I have somebody who's Caribbean and they do this to me, like, if you can hear me, hold on, let me get closer to the mic. If I encounter a Caribbean and we have an interaction and may not be too pleasant for whatever reason, they do this. Listen. It's pretty much sucking your teeth. They do that shit. That shit happened to me the other day. Just going into one of their stores to see if they had specialty items. And a girl, gave me a screw face and, and rolled and went. And I said, unscrew your face, gal. What's your problem? You know, and she giggled and went back to scrubbing her pots in the store. But bottom line is, we can't bicker with these people all day. So what you may misinterpret as Pan-Africanism isn't necessarily Pan-Africanism. That's fucking going along to get along, nigga. Not going along to where we're not strong. Let's keep that clear. Let's make that clear. But we're not going to argue with motherfuckers all day. So chill the fuck out. Most of these motherfuckers here, I will give you one little fucking, biscuit or cookie. One concession. Some of these motherfuckers have been indoctrinated. If I want to go by percentages, I would say a good 48% have been indoctrinated, and fuck them. Yeah, you're kind of right. Fuck them. But what about the remaining number? What about them? Do they not matter? So you're saying that 52%, which is way more than most populations of Black Americans in any town in the South. Because hold on. Because I'm going to do some math today. We're going to get some straightening today. I didn't even bring up everything I needed. Because I didn't bring up all the numbers I needed. I forgot because I was going to work on a video for you when I first started this channel. But I said, why? Because like I said, I don't want this shit. I don't like beef. I don't like all this dumb shit. Let's see. Okay. Hold on. So New York has a total. Hold on. Damn. It can't be that low. Damn, I'm not gonna do this. Oh man. Man, I'm not gonna do this shit. I don't have time for that shit, man. But bottom line is, there are. Oh shit! I spelled the wrong word. Population. There you go. So, oh yeah, okay, so yeah, hold on. Let me do this. So that number is correct. Okay. So we have right here. Yeah, I did work this number out some time ago. So, whoops, damn it. Bear with me. Like, comment, subscribe, share. So there's 15%. 15% of New York's population is Black. Okay. Like, we know that includes Caribbeans. And of that, of the 9 million people in the New York area, that's 1.3 million people. That's more people in some whole states. What kind of sense does that make to discard that many people? And I had numbers to give more specifics on. I may look them up. Hold on. To give more specifics, because I worked out these numbers for you when you had me on your show with Knock 'em Easy and shit, but you motherfuckers want to play all day and fucking bicker and shit. And the bottom line is, because I had these numbers worked out. I'm not gonna go through that. So you're gonna give up on 1.2 million people when let me look up this. Let's look up the population of Maryland. Yeah, the whole state of Maryland is 1.8 million. 1.8 million. That's not too far off from Black Americans in New York. And Massachusetts is 50. Actually, let's see. Let's go by states. because this shit, damn it, this is not what I wanted. But yeah, let me stop this shit. I'm not gonna be a stickler because I have to make this short. Um, but yeah, in other states like Connecticut, they're only 382,000. So just imagine the South. Oh, let's do the blackest state in the country. Good old Mississippi. Is 1.1 million. That's for a whole state. We're talking about one area. Okay? That's just one area. That's not even counting all of the Black Americans in in New York State. That's just the New York tri-state area. That's just like the metropolitan area. And and the numbers I'm crunching right now could be modest. So you're gonna give up that many people just because you got some issues, my nigga? Are you mad because niggas made fun of you saying blue and two? Yeah, because I used to do that to my cousins. The shit used to annoy me when they did it, but it was cute when be like, I like you. But that's neither here nor there, man. All I'm saying is chill the fuck out. Stop talking about New York unless you're gonna do something. Please chill out. You put a target on our backs. You make shit more difficult. And I heard in your live that your brother lives in the financial district. I work in the financial district. Look here. If your brother's is of the lineage that you proclaim, which is upper class in PG County, then you shouldn't live in like one of those raggedy buildings, one of those buildings that could be like this, Let me show you something. One of the buildings that could collapse. New York parking garage collapses near Pace University. That's the financial district. Look at this. Look at this. Okay. Unless he live and look, that's right next to an apartment building. Does he live in one of these rat holes in the financial district? Where there's nothing but rats and roaches and shit. Because you got to live high up down there to escape the rats and roaches, or have a building that's very good at exterminating the fuckers. So if your brother lives down there, won't you have him help the Black American New Yorkers? And no, we're not asking him to come straight out of college and save everybody in New York of Black American descent, but the motherfucker can open a little store down there, because the motherfuckers can open a store in the financial district like nobody's business, because that area is actually trying to revive itself. That area is trying to revive itself. And if your brother lives down there, he should know, because that area, what it is now, is much different from even when I moved back. But before then, especially not too long after 9/11, yeah, man, the shit was like bad. So can he open up a store, do something to help out, start some economics? Because economics doesn't have to be something big and grandiose. And that's what's wrong with a lot of Black Americans. These niggas have fed your mind full of these fantasies to where they don't let you know that simply opening a little sports bar can make money on the side that's significant and can turn into real money. I had a professor who was a professor. So of course he had a PhD, but then he had his own restaurant. Do you get it? So if you're all highfalutin, won't you get your little brother to do something? He's already here. If he needs help, I'll come out of the fucking woodwork and help the nigga. Okay? So save that bullshit, okay? Just chill the fuck out with the bullshit, because nobody wants to beef with you, but I'm not gonna sit here and let you just, run your game or do whatever and run your mouth and put my life at risk and my well-being at risk just because you don't have a good grasp or understanding on things. And I know you're pregnant right now, so congratulations. I'm not trying to stress you out. The baby needs to come out healthy, excuse me. But chill out, man. Because honestly, you need to handle the business in your own backyard. That's what you really need to do. What do I mean by that? What do I mean by that? What what I mean by that? And that's why you probably disappeared. I mean, nah, you're pregnant, so that you just I don't know why you disappeared, but it really doesn't matter. But you need to handle stuff in your own backyard, okay? So we got a problem with Pan-Africanists here, but this is the first black mayor of Maryland, Mr. Westmore. And I talked to a girl at the time, man, this is years ago. She lived up here and she lives in some springs. I think it's Silver Springs, which you said is turning into a shitter. And I used to talk to her about the Africans, and she used to be like, what about New York? I was like, I used to tell her, that's New York. New York will always be New York, but y'all can't let them take over down there. Okay. But yeah, handle shit in your own backyard. He's the first black governor of Maryland and shit. But you want to talk about New York. Let's look at this. Moore was born in Tacoma Park, Maryland, to William Wesley Moore Jr., a broadcast news journalist, which means he could be a broke nigga and he could actually be non-black American, who knows, and Joy Thomas Moore, a daughter of immigrants from Jamaica and a media professional. That means he was most likely raised to admire his Caribbean heritage more than his black American heritage. Whenever they don't give details on the father with people like this, who's like me, the motherfucker didn't grow up with his father. And I pretty much know because I did research on the motherfucker, because the same girl I just referred to a second ago, I brought him up to her, as an example of how y'all are letting them take over down there, Actually, let me make this bigger. Oh, no, damn. How do I make this bigger again? Yeah. Okay, there we go. But yeah, so when you want to sit here and talk about New York and what they're doing, what about this? What's going on with this? Okay, are you keeping him honest? Because I have I'll give some information. I found out he's like a distant relative, but he's like the head of a correctional facility in the South. And and he's Panamanian. You probably could figure it out on your fucking own. There's only but so many of us. And I can't really knock the nigga because the nigga has the lowest recidivism rate in America. So he's most likely an ally. He's most likely cool. Okay. So I understand that you have to have, you can't stop the tide from coming in. Okay. You just can't. You got to ride the wave. So are you riding the wave with this motherfucker? Are you checking on whether he's handling his business for black Americans in Maryland? Or is he going to have more motherfuckers come down here from the Northeast like I told you in our live? What do you do with a bee's nest when you try to take it off of a house? Do you just spray outside of the bee's nest and shit and make sure the bees will go away? No, you fucking go after the bee's nest. So that means you have to come to New York to handle your business like I told you niggas, but you niggas are hard-headed and shit. And I heard what you said in your live, how, the Africans are taking over Colorado Springs and shit. And I told you that shit would happen, but you're hard-headed. That was always wrong with you DMV motherfuckers, Always. Southern niggas, period, damn near. But you DMV motherfuckers are more metropolitan, so you niggas are more fierce with it because you can handle us mentally and physically. So, yeah, what are you doing down there with this guy Westmore? Are you keeping him honest? Okay? Did your father with the perm go down there and pimp slap him? Okay? What's going on? Okay? Let's move on, man. Because honestly, I mentioned all of this shit in your live. This Pan-Africanism shit doesn't just exist in New York. That's why I keep on telling you, keep New York out your mouth unless you deal with all of the Northeast. This problem goes all the way from fucking Boston down to your area. It just varies in degrees. Yes, New York is a hot spot, okay? But Boston's a hot spot too. I know that personally, okay? Philly is a hot spot. I know that personally. I got little cousins I'm finding out are half whatever, like me. I didn't know this shit. This little nigga's been black American to me since he was a little kid. He was like my little nigga from New York, and he lives in Philly now. But that's neither here nor there. If he ever hears this, one love, it's all love, baby boy. But yeah, you guys have had a problem for a long time, okay? And I said this on your live, okay? Again, I don't want to stress you out. You got the baby coming, but all I'm saying is handle your business before you talk about somebody else's business. That's a black American trope. That's the truest trope that we live by. That's why we're holding these other non-black Americans feet to the fire because they don't handle their business. Okay, so handle your business. You've had this problem in the DMV since John Ogbu. And I mentioned him in your live, but of course you most likely didn't do your research. So John Ogbu is obviously a Nigerian. Let's make sure. Yeah, a Nigerian American anthropologist. Okay, your people in the DMV and I think Ohio procured his services to see why their rich children aren't performing at the same level as their white and Asian classmates. And this motherfucker came back with what we all should have known he would come back with. But of course, your people down there are too Pan-Africanist and shit. Let the Ethiopians take over U Street and shit. Yeah, I know, nigga. I said that shit on your live too. But this motherfucker right here came back with what we knew he would say. Our kids are lazy and dumb. That's what happened. Okay, you could Google this shit. Look it up. I'm not going to look it up for you. I'm only doing this because you keep on making New York like the fucking like worst of the worst. And that shit is stupid. It's just stupid. It's illogical. It's making me really second guess your intelligence to a degree. Seriously. You could come at me. I don't give a fuck. You could dox me, do whatever. Just chill the fuck out. And like the story you told about the girl Mimi, who she was surprised about there not being detectors in Target and all that. I don't know where the fuck Mimi lives. But she must live in Far Rockaway. She must live in Red Hook. What's another place where they put these big box stores, but they used to be really hoods? She may live in Hempstead. Where else? Bottom line is, we don't have that shit up here. There's a Target right down the street from me, and the only thing they have are sensor detectors. I don't know whether she goes in places with metal detectors. I don't know what the fuck she was describing, but all stores have sensor detectors. And to say there's no sensor detectors in fucking Maryland will be a fucking lie, okay? Stop trying to make it seem like we live under fucking siege and shit, okay? I was in Atlanta and they had metal detectors at the fucking Lenox Mall or some type of detector to detect shit. Just to go on escalators and shit. I'm not talking about in stores and shit. So chill out with that shit. Again, getting back to my point, I'm about to finish this off. You guys have had a problem there since this guy, John Ogbu. Do your research. You're not dealing with your common nigga. So, and, I spoke to you about this guy and you screamed on me. And I let it slide because I don't argue with girls. And I don't do screaming matches with women. Okay? I'm not that dude. What are you doing about this guy? Wayne Frederick. Dr. Wayne Frederick. What is he? Who is Dr. Wayne Frederick? Dr. Wayne Frederick, scholar, surgeon, and university administrator. He currently serves as president of Howard University. He got all of his degrees from Howard. All of them. Why is he in place? What function does he serve? Is he the reason they had an African takeover day like 2 or 3 years ago? Huh? What's going on here? So don't talk about New York, okay? Chill out with that New York. Go over to Morgan State where they took over Morgan States, all the Caribbeans from New York. I used to think it was just my cousins wanting to take a break from the big city. No, they fucking had a concerted plan and shit, okay? I know this personally, okay? My homie went down there and his mother's like a professor there and she's Haitian, okay? So this shit you're doing, talking about New York, chill out. I'm only doing this because I've talked to you personally several times and you still do that shit, and it's fucking annoying, okay? Yeah, I'm on some old crusade clean up service shit, cleaning up shit because y'all niggas are acting up. Why don't you go speak to the Pan-African fucking boule niggas who put our sister in an early grave because they fired her from Howard? I'm not even going to do the research on whether that guy was a president when they fired her from Howard. I don't know. And that's not the point of me bringing up our sister, Dr. Frances Cress Welsing. That's not the point. The point is, have you gone to anybody in your area to apologize to this lady's family for putting her in an early grave? She sacrificed her life for us, okay? And people in your area who put fucking presidents from Trinidad in place over one of our most prestigious HBCUs put him in the position instead of a person like her. Okay? Because it was scared of her and what she had to say. And I know you may not agree with her because I heard on your shit, on your broadcast, you was like, fuck Egypt and all that shit. And she's not an Egyptologist or anything, but you know, she could fall under the same umbrella. That's besides the point. My point is, why is that Trinidadian dude the president of Howard, but she's dead? Man, if you don't stop playing with me, and let me do this too, because like I said, I was gonna make a video for you. So I've done a lot of, I mean, at that time when you were fucking bothering me with the nigga in Belgium or the Netherlands who's not gonna come back to America ever because his kids could go to fucking graduate school for free. That means he's set. You know, when y'all were playing games with a nigga. Okay, let's do this since you want to play. This is the Migration Policy Institute. Okay, it does the numbers on immigrants by state from all nations. Okay, so let's do this for you since you want to sit here and be slick all the time. Okay, let's do this. Let's do Nigerians, the people you have an issue with. Do you see that? Let me see if I can highlight it. Damn, I can't highlight it. Yeah, this is where they're the top counties. You can read that, right? The top counties, right? You can read that, right? That means your county. There we go. That's highlighted. Prince George's County has the highest concentration. I mean, the second highest concentration of Nigerians in fucking America. So what are you doing? You know, when you want to talk about New York, that nigga. Let's look. Let's go down. Let's go down the list. Let's see when New York hits. Shit, New Jersey hits before New York. Essex County. Let's see. Bronx County is fuck what? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It comes in at 11 in the Bronx. And when you talk about the Bronx is damn near shit. Like I said, if y'all don't come up here and clean out this hornet's nest, this bee's nest, whatever the fuck you want to call it, these motherfuckers are going to come to you. They're going to come to you from the top up here in New York with Bronx County and the bottom down in Texas. They're going to squeeze you niggas. Okay, I don't know what fucking common sense you don't have because I know you're supposed to be a lawyer and I don't want to do all that education shit. I don't play that game. I just deal with fucking life and fucking people on the up and up. I speak on the square. Okay. But here, yeah. You niggas are sitting up here talking about New York while your county has the second most Nigerians, only second to fucking Harris County in Texas, which houses Houston. And Houston has this highest population of Nigerians outside of Nigeria. So what does that say about Prince George's County if you're the third county? I mean, if you're the second county, excuse me. I should have said you're the third highest concentration of Nigerians outside of Nigeria. My nigga, yo, dog, chill. My bottom line is chill the fuck out. Stop with the bullshit. And I will even let's do Ghana. Because it's not, let's just do Africa. Fuck it. Let's roll the dice. Oh, look what we have here. You come in third in Prince George's County, Maryland. Third. You come in third, motherfucker. Where's New York? New York is 6th, motherfucker. You come in third for all of Africa. All of Africa. All of Africa. I would do the Caribbean, but I know it's not going to be in your area. They'll be like New York or let me see. Be New York and Florida. Bam. Let's see. Yep, I was right. Pretty much Florida and New York. But let's see if you're on the list. Let's see. Oh, no, you're not. No. See, Caribbeans don't necessarily want. See, the Caribbeans you're going to get in your area are the highly specialized Caribbeans or the very already papered up Caribbeans. That means somebody who's come here with money, like your diplomats and shit like that, or your professors, hence John Ogbu, going to your area to conduct studies on Black American children when you could have had Francis Cress Wilson do that shit. But that's another story. That's neither here nor there. But for Africa, you niggas coming third, my nigga. Third. Let's see that shit again. Third, my nigga. Third. Third. So stop talking about New York. This is really a fucking Northeast issue, which will hit the South. Because I said this on your live. I think I was in Atlanta last year. Was it 2003? Yeah, I was in Atlanta the beginning of last year. So that's a long time ago now. But you get the idea. And I saw many Africans down there. Many, man. Man, I saw several. It wasn't just one or two. I could just tell who they were. Okay. So stop with the dumb shit, dog. Of course, there are more Black Americans in Atlanta and most likely all of the South. But these motherfuckers will creep up, nigga. I said this on your live. We never thought Brooklyn would be the Brooklyn of today. We never thought that shit. Honestly, we never did, man. Never, man. Never, nigga. And that's the God's honest truth. We always thought we would have some type of presence there. We never thought it would get to this point. Never. And it's not a joke. We never thought we'd get to this point. Okay? But yeah, man. So, like I said to you and Nakamizi, nigga who named himself after a fucking lyric in a rap song, either you come up here to them or they will come to you. And this is not to be like, you know, accusatory or fear-mongering or to excite anyone to violence against anyone. This is to say migratory patterns exist for every group. And the migratory patterns for Caribbeans at this time will most likely be the South because they can't, a lot of them can't go back home. A lot of their children don't want to go back home. Okay. They just don't, even if they improve the living standards in, say, a place like Haiti, they still have to worry about the risk of kidnap. If not of them, then their children. We all wait, hold on. Let's bring up that story. Hold on. Because we're fleshing shit out today. Oh, they released them. Okay. Oh, damn, I hate when they try to charge you for a fucking article. This is crazy. Okay, Florida couple kidnapped, held for ransom in Haiti have been released, family says. When they say Florida couple, they're not, that's Haitian couple. So a lot of them may not go back to the Caribbean and they all can't go back to Florida. I recently found out Florida has 22 million motherfuckers in that small space. That's a lot of people. Okay. So the bottom line is, like I told you and Nakamizi, either you come to them or they come to you. And also, people come, like Black Americans coming from the South to the North have nothing to lose if they have nothing to gain in the South. Like, there's this guy called Atlanta Street Interviews. I said this in your live, if you remember. Atlanta Street Interviews guy just interviews random homeless people. And yeah, I would say for those people, why not just like they did with the migrants in fucking Texas, put those motherfuckers on a bus to New York and see what happens. And the winters aren't even that cold anymore. Let's just be real. But yeah, man, I'm done. This is gone past 20 minutes, which was my target. But I say all that to say, just chill out on the New York shit. If you really want to solve problems, you have to chill out on the New York shit, okay? And if you're gonna talk about New York, talk about solutions. Okay, I said everything in your live, but I'm not gonna repeat that. Go back to your live, do your research. I just showed you are the third highest concentration of Africans outside of Africa. Really, my nigga? You're gonna talk about fucking New York? And these in your county, these aren't even fucking like the motherfuckers in New York. These motherfuckers in New York are fucking working at Dunkin' Donuts. They're working their way to get to your county. Those motherfuckers in Bronx County, they're working their way to your county. That's why I said if you don't come clear out this hornet's nest, it will come to you. The ones you have down there are fucking the professionals, the motherfuckers who got something, who are stable. And that's how my homeboy, whose mother's Haitian, got down there. They actually lived in New York, and then she moved down there to work in education in your area. And if he ever hears this, hey, I always say that because you just never know. You my homie, but you know it's true, and we always had love. But bottom line is, dog, just be cool. And I'm out of here and to repeat myself, that colorism shit, that fucking gender warring, I let slide. Okay, I'm not gonna speak on that. That's for you guys to figure out on your fucking own, because that's a regional issue. So yeah, man. Peace out. One love.